I'd like to read to you from Father Cekada on untrained and untrained holy orders. I looked this one up. From the foregoing, it is clear that those who lack the requisite training for the priesthood cannot be counted on to ordain priests and consecrate bishops validly. Accordingly, holy orders conferred in the underworld menagerie of untrained Old Catholic, Brazilian schismatic, or Palmarian chicken farmers, male nurses, and estate liquidators can enjoy no presumption of validity. I don't know why he's got Palmarian in front of chicken farmers. In a separate video, I talked about the chicken farmers who worked for the Society of St. Pius X for a couple of months. But he's talking about the Old Catholics. I find that one really interesting. Shortly, a year after Father Cekada was ordained, at the ordinations in 1978 in Econe, I have this from two eyewitnesses who were present at the time, one a seminarian, another a priest, who reported this to me independently. There was a bishop present, other than Archbishop Lefebvre. He was an Old Catholic bishop. My friend the seminarian said that in a conference a week or two before the ordinations, Lefebvre presented this Old Catholic bishop as my successor bishop. Father Cekada, I'm not sure if he was present that year for the ordinations. I believe Father Sanborn, who he's working closely with, was present and would have heard this announcement. In fact, this may have been what gave Father Bolduc the idea of bringing in the chicken farmers. What's the difference between Bishop George Smits, the Old Catholic bishop, who Archbishop Lefebvre has accepted his successor, and my chicken farmers in Arkansas, who are Old Catholics as well? Aren't they just equally as valid? And that's one of the things you don't hear about is some of the questionable priests, and yes, even bishops, accepted by the Society of St. Pius X, among others amongst traditionalists. They're not alone. By no means are they alone. And Father Cekada talks about married priests and bishops. I know a traditionalist priest out west, 20, 25 years ago, was working with a married priest, an Old Catholic of some kind, I believe. In fact, I had Reese suggest to me, go to the Old Catholic you ordain you. Lefebvre won't do it. Go there. I mean, they're valid. I have heard that Father Karl Popelmacher recommended this to someone else, to a married man who wanted to be in Catholic ministry. He says, well, go to an Old Catholic, get yourself ordained a deacon. Father Karl might have been, I'm not sure if he's there in 78 or not. Doesn't matter. He would have probably heard about it. But yes, there have been a lot of questionable priests, and yes, even bishops. When I say questionable, I'm not doubting their validity. Father Cekada, I think, goes overboard. He questions everyone's validity but his own, and those he works with. In fact, he's supposed to be the one who wrote two bishops in every garage questioning the validity of the took bishops. Now he's flip-flopped because he's got two in his own garage, Dolan and Sanborn. Okay. Well, but when I say questionable character, questionable morals. And I've seen this not only with some of the priests coming from the outside. I've heard things about the priests who were in the Society of St. Pius X. I don't think any of the questionable characters I have heard of are still there. One of them I know is not for sure. Others are probably not. But we're going to start questioning. Let's look at everybody. And I think they do overboard on the validity issue. But Archbishop Lefebvre worked with at least one Old Catholic. I've got it on eyewitness testimony of people who I believe were true. In fact, the priest was a convert from Anglicanism, went through 4 years training alongside Old Catholic priests and bishops. He says in his own class there was a valid Old Catholic bishop. They made him take the full seminary course. No conditional reordination was required, but they required the seminary course, and that's what got this priest all. He was hot under the collar, and he went to Lefebvre and said, What are you doing? You can't do this. They made people like me. He was training the Anglicans, old Catholics. Said, I trained alongside valid old Catholic bishops, just like this one. They made him go through the whole course again. He was hot under the collar. He told me about it. And then he recommended I go to the old Catholics. He says, they're valid. So let's not be throwing stones out there, folks. Let's get the story straight. And let's be honest about it all. Let's put it all out in the open. The truth shall make you free.